tree lined land. I'm down on the farm's Larry Marble. Welcome to the Tuesday, December the 27th, 2022 edition of our program, holiday edition of our program. We'll get started by telling you that we're brought to you by D&D Farm and Ranch on I-10 in Seguin. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, now let's take a look at the review of corn, beans, and wheat from our last sale day on Friday. The Chicago Board of Trade soft red winter contracts closed up by double digits, with had March at a net 22.5-cent gain for the week. Looks like Kansas City hard red winter wheat closed Friday up 8 3/4 to 9 1/4 cents. Spring wheats ended the day 6 to 9.5 higher. The Commitment of Traders report for wheat showed managed money funds closing positions through the week. 2.3 thousand fewer longs and 5.9 thousand fewer shorts left the group about 59,311 contracts net short. KC funds were closing longs and adding shorts for about 7,295 weaker net long, or just 1,245 contracts. Corn prices were fractionally to 5 3/4 higher on Friday in a 3-day holiday weekend. That left March as a net break even for the month of December. CFTC showed managed money closed out 12.2 thousand longs for 13.3 thousand contracts lighter net long as of the 20th. That left the group 113,815 contracts net long. Beans ended up by double digits on Friday. Meal futures closed 240 to 330 higher. Commitment of Traders showed a lift in their net longs by 3,989 to 123,569. Meal spec traders added 6,000 longs for 121,236 net long contracts. Neighbor, there's your corn, beans, and wheat. I'm down on the farm's Larry Marble. We're here at the kitchen table with Stephen from D&D. Stephen, I understand you've got great things going on in your ropes and roping department.
Yes, sir. So, Larry, we carry Prefert, Shoot Help, and WW roping equipment, and we have way too much here. Your listeners can save up to $500 off select roping shoots while supplies last.
Down on the farm, listeners, while supplies last, you get the discount. Give Stephen a call. Stephen, tell everybody how to get a hold of you at D&D.
Just give me a shout at 830-379-7340, extension 160.
Neighbor, let's take a look at meat moves from that last trading day, which was Friday. National pork carcass cutout value, 92.06, up by 3. The bellies were 15.35 higher. USDA says federal slaughter 1.769 million head through Saturday. That's down 823,000 head from last week and down 156,000 from the same week last year. Year-to-date slaughter marked at 122.486 million head. That's about 3% down from last year's pace. Friday's box beef prices, $271.95 in the choice, $245.47 in the select. That was a $6.74 increase in choice and a $3.66 increase for select. Federal slaughter, 562,000 head. That was down from the 625,000 head last week, but it was 75,000 more than the same year-to-date figure. Year-to-date slaughter remains 1.5% ahead of last year. Fat cattle prices closed Friday up 50 cents to $1. For the week, the board was $1.95 higher. Looks like 156 in the south, 157 in the north. Looks like our cattle on feed report, 11,673 million head of cattle in the feed yards as of December 1. That was about 2.6% down from December 21. The trade was thinking 2.8. Placements were 2.1% lighter year to year at 1.92 million. The trade had been thinking a 4.2% drop. November marketings, 1.891 million head, a 1.18% increase compared to the average trade guess of 0.9%. Neighbor, there's your meat moves for Friday, the last trade day before the holiday. Hey, neighbor, I'm Larry Marble, and we're on the line with Tamara Sharp of Homestead and Ranch Real Estate, which specializes in Texas farms and ranches and custom homes on acreage. They have specific steps for getting your ranch ready to sell. Tamara?
Yes, we want our sellers to put their best foot forward when their property hits the market.
You know, that makes a lot of sense to me. What do the sellers need to do?
Well, the long and short of it, you want to make the ranch look clean and organized. Remove junk, shred the property in overgrown areas, make the property accessible, repair fences, make sure that they're in good shape. If irrigation pumps are available, you want to fill the tanks and troughs. Make sure all utilities throughout the property are functioning.
Then what do we do?
Well, from here, that's where we take over, Larry. We ask our sellers to organize records. We get information on leases, water rights, and mineral rights. We like to map the property, make a list of what will be conveyed, and ensure potential buyers know the incredible parts of the subject property. We try to overcome any potential issues before they start.
Tamara, that's great info. How do we get in contact with you?
Well, you can call me directly at 254-744-6876, 254-744-6876. You have my word. I will call you back, and you can visit www.homesteadandranch.com, www.homesteadandranch.com.
Neighbor, let's take a holiday look at the Cotton Week in Review. The market had sales of 53,946 bales on an average price of $84.45 as reported on Friday. The seasonal sales reached 187,000 bales, down from the 639,000 bales last year. The Cotlook A index 50 points higher at 105.55 in cents per pound. The updated AWP for cotton is 75.57 cents per pound, up by 332 points. We'll check to see what sales of Texas cotton we had on Friday at the tail end of today's program. There's your cotton report. Neighbor, now it's time for today's edition of Texas News and Views with the Farm Bureau's Carrie Martin. Carrie's program is brought to you by your local Texas Farm Bureau Insurance Agency.
How many members will Texas have on the Agriculture Committee in the next Congress? I'm Carrie Martin with Texas News and Views on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. For most of the past 2 years, Texas has only had one congressman sitting on the House Agriculture Committee. That's Congressman Mike Cloud of Corpus Christi. Now, for a few months this year, Myra Flores from South Texas was on the committee as well, but for the most part, Congressman Cloud has been it for Texas. So how many will we have in the next Congress? Cloud says he plans to be back.
That's my intent. When I've been asked, I want to stay right where I'm at. I'm on the Ag Committee. I understand how important Ag is to Texas and how important Texas Ag is to the nation and to the world. We put a lot of work into being prepped for this year. So when asked, hey, what do you want to do next year? I want to keep doing what I'm doing.
In addition to the Ag Committee, Cloud also serves on the Oversight Committee.
And one of the reasons I bring up oversight is a lot of the issues that affect our ag community, like the border, like our energy policy, those kind of things we'll really be digging into some ag community priorities.
Earlier this year, Texas Panhandle Congressman Ronnie Jackson told us he intends to seek a seat on the Agriculture Committee as well. And we've heard talk of possibly a third member of the Texas delegation getting a seat. So it looks like we will have much more representation on the committee in the next Congress as they write the 2023 Farm Bill. The 2022 drought will have lingering effects on cattle health. Dr. John Davidson is with Beringer Ingelheim Animal Health. He's based in Shiner, Texas, so he experienced the Texas drought firsthand. And he says it took a toll on the immune systems of cattle.
The western United States has been an extreme drought. So when you have trace mineral deficiencies, vitamin deficiencies, the ability of that animal to respond to vaccination is reduced. When we do have disease outbreak and we put an antibiotic in that animal, the antibiotic's job is to slow that infection down until that animal's own immune system can take over. Well, in the drought-stressed animal, the immune system is not functioning as well, so the vaccines don't appear to work as well. The antibiotics that we use don't appear to work as well. And we're seeing a fair amount of that across the whole western United States, as we did 12, 13 years ago in the last major drought to come through Texas and so on.
And in that situation, Davidson says cattle producers should detect disease as early as possible.
So don't let a calf or two start breaking before you decide, hey, I think I need to start pulling and treating, and just really elevating the surveillance and observation.
Dr. John Davidson with Beringer Ingelheim Animal Health. I'm Carrie Martin on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor, normally about this time of the program, we'd be serving you breakfast and listening to Riley Rhodes. Well, Hop Sing still got your breakfast, so grab one of Nanny's East Rolls, a hot yellow fried egg, some hash browns, Granny Marble's hot and spicy ketchup, and a glass of iced tea and some jalapeno gravy. And let's hear how Riley's last sale went before the holiday. He'll sell again this next Monday. Riley, how'd the last one work for you?
Oh, ended the year on a good note, Larry. Ended up with right at 1,000 head, 994. Market was fully steady with last week. Was pleased with that. I thought that maybe the quality wasn't quite as good as last week, but overall, thought everything was pretty much steady. Didn't have any pairs really to speak of today. Had a handful of bred cows brought from 725 to 1150. Packer cows and bulls were fully steady with last week. 72 to 80 on your high yielding cows, 68 to 74 on your breakers, 32 to 62 on your canners. The bull market, the high yielding bulls 92 to 98, low to medium 78 to 92. The 2 to 3 weight choice steers 188 to 230, heifer mates 162 to 188, 3 to 4 weight choice steers 162 to 218. Heifer mates 152 to 180, 4 to 5 weight choice steers 170 to 202, heifer mates 148 to 172, 5 to 6 weight choice steers 164 to 192, the heifer mates 146 to 162, 6 to 7 weight choice steers 148 to 168, heifer mates 140 to 156, and the 7 to 8 weight cattle, your choice steers 144 to 158, and the heifer mates 132 to 148. So ended on a good note, good strong market today, and everybody's kind of shutting down, looks like, for a couple of weeks for the holidays, and we're going to do the same.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you for that next sale when you come back.
You bet. It'll be on Monday, January the 9th is when we'll come back. You can call me anytime, though, during the holidays on my cell phone, 361-813-6650. The ladies will be in the office most of the days. 361-786-2553, and always go to the website for updates, and that's liveoaklivestock.com. And sure want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and we're very thankful for all our friendships and buyers and sellers and camaraderie, and just wish and then hope that everybody has a great holiday season.
Well, same to y'all. Thank you, Riley.
Thank you, Larry.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has protected fellow Texans with auto, home, health, and life insurance since 1952. With more than 260,000 square miles of land and 27 million people, that's a lot to cover. Whether you're wrangling cattle or wrangling kids, we're proud to protect Texans in all Texan ways of life.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to get insurance for Texans by Texans. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
And neighbor, last week about this time, Ken Jordan was telling us how the Mason sale had gone. We'll review that right quick and remind you that Ken will be selling both in Mason and San Saba this next week. Ken?
You bet, Larry. Went real well today. We had a good run. We had right at 1,667 head of cattle offered today, about 125 packer cows, rest of them all calves and yearlings. I thought quality was extremely strong today. Get into our different classes and everything. I thought our stocker steers, they sold fully steady to maybe $3 higher. I did think we had several strings of the 5 to 575 pound weight cattle. We're probably up to $5 to $6 higher on those. I felt overall the stocker heifers, they were fully steady today. Get into our bigger cattle. I thought our feeder steers were probably $3 to $5 higher. Feeder heifers were from 7 to 12 higher. A lot of activity on a really good kind of class of cattle there. Get into our packers. I thought packer bulls were fully steady, packer cows fully steady, and really no test on the replacement market at all, Larry. We didn't have really any pairs to speak of or any really young, good bred cows either. So overall, very good market today.
Good. How about Thursday come San Saba?
You bet. We got a good run looking up for us right now. We're going to start off at 10 o'clock early with those 100 Leachman stabilizer bulls, a lot of good black bulls along with a few red bulls. We had several strings of calves today that were out of those breed bulls, and they did extremely well. A couple of them were champions of our different classes. So we'll do those first, and they're all virgin bulls ready to go. And then we've got several deals of females, quite a few of them, probably around 800-900 head of those that we'll follow up with real nice groups, start up in uniform lots, and then we'll go right into our regular weekly sale, Larry.
Tell everybody how to contact you.
You bet. Area code 325-372-5159. Also go to our website for more information on the bulls and all the females at jordan@cattle.com. And Larry, if you can't make it there this coming Thursday, it will be live on the internet on the bulls and females.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You bet, Larry. Thank you.
Neighbor, here's a shotgun look at the grains. Corpus Milo, 1344. Yellow corn to Corpus, 862 1/4. Wheat to Houston, 994. Beans to Houston, 1456. 22,105. Bale of Texas cotton at 82.80. I'm Larry Marble. You're my neighbor. That's the Grains. Good day.